guys, welcome to Oops Palsy Podcast, the podcast where we discuss the realities of living with cerebral palsy. Joining us today to share their journey with cerebral palsy is disability advocate and content creator Friendli Jenli. It's such a pleasure to have you guys here. It's been great talking with you guys and getting to know you guys, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much.
Yes, she's very excited. She's been super nervous.
Excited. Cutely
That's
nervous.
okay.
I just gotta tell you one question, and then you can get right in the question.
Okay.
It's kind of my first thing of doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the first day.
It's my first day of doing. It's kind of a live thing.
A podcast.
Yeah. I had never done a podcast before, so.
Hey, first time for everything. We're glad to have you here, and
It's just like you driving on your property, but inside the house.
Yeah, it's just my first day of doing this.
She was super excited though.
First time's always nervous.
Oh yeah, no. When I first started when I started the channel, it took me 3 months to upload a video because I kept tweaking and editing, and it took me forever just to kind of get rid of those nerves. So I completely understand.
We've done 2 episodes of the Friendli Jenli show that we have not posted at all yet on her YouTube channel because I don't know, I keep changing it and I'm like, I don't like it yet, and so I just haven't posted it.
Because
Because you?
Okay.
Go ahead.
What?
I have a channel that's called Jenli, and we started doing like YouTube shorts, like not YouTube shorts.
We do.
Yeah.
And then we started to do like full on videos, and then we started to do lives. Like we haven't done them live a long time, so.
We'll see.
So yeah, I have experienced like a live before, but not a like podcast before.
Yeah. That was also what our first interview. We said what was the name? His name?
So one of our very first interviews was with Kelson, who is the ambassador for Help Hope Live. We did an interview for a nonprofit, and Kelson, who has cerebral palsy, has been partnered with them to kind of raise awareness, and they're doing a thing where they're helping him raise money for like a service dog. So we had him on, and like I told you before,
He was excited too. First podcast.
He was very excited too. So we're happy to have you guys here, and first time for everything, and So tell us about yourself. What type of cerebral palsy do you have?
I have spastic cerebral.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird because I say it weird, but I have it.
Oh yeah.
I think you said it great.
I have the spastic cerebral palsy.
What does it affect? What?
Okay, I can.
Okay.
Do this on my own.
Okay, I'll hush.
Okay. Keep going.
It helped. So we just had surgery for my legs.
Yeah.
So I thought you could do this on your own.
I'm just picking. So it affects her left hand.
My brain.
Well, yes, her brain. It does. It's in her brain.
It's
But it affects
always in
which
the
hand?
brain.
This
Hence the
hand,
brain.
lefty,
Okay.
and it affects her right leg. Okay.
Right leg. So it's
Biplegic.
biplegic. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mine's bottom 2 legs, even though the whole tightening of my spine is starting to affect the right side and everything else.
Okay.
Right. So it's like officially it's lower diagnosis for me, but then the palsy is also causing other issues along other sides of my body that aren't like, spastic. So we're both spastic. Both adults
So
here are
he has
spastic.
spastic too.
Yeah.
I have a spastic diplegia, cerebral palsy. It is kind of funny the names that they make us say for our disability when like part of the disability is like speech issues. So it's like they give us the hardest names to say, and then it's like,
And watch
Yeah,
someone
I think
with all four limbs affected try to say quadriplegic is please give them an easier word to say.
Right?
yeah. Yeah. Um, but yeah, no, I have spastic diplegia cerebral palsy. It affects both my legs, my hips. And as I'm aging with cerebral palsy, I feel like I'm 85.
How old are
and
y'all, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm
no,
40.
you're perfectly fine. I will be 35 in September. I have developed scoliosis and cervical spinal stenosis. Um, which was a whole thing because I thought the cervical spinal stenosis, um, we thought I was having a stroke. It was a whole thing where I went to the ER. I spent 2 days in the hospital, had to have like an MRI. Turns out it's just my spine is like pressing on my nerves in my neck, and then that caused like numbness and like I lost feeling in like part of my body. It was a whole crazy
So
thing.
it's terrible, but essentially it was the best outcome, I guess. Going to the
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
ER
Yeah.
wasn't a stroke, I
yeah.
guess. I don't know
I
how
mean,
you. That just goes to
I,
show how like we accept that, like that. What we hear. Like, okay, well, that's better than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
yeah,
and then it
yeah,
depends on how many specialists you see, and then which one might have a better opinion, and then when the
yeah,
specialist coming in. The specialist comes in once a year. Oh, great! Now I have to wait for him to come in to see my child at once part of a year. Then I have to spend a year
yeah.
planning.
When I
Hopefully we
got
can get there.
questions every day of the year, like for real.
Yeah, no, my mom. Okay,
Yes.
so I was born. I was affected me pre-birth, and I came out with it. So I was fetal form, and they didn't uncurl me. But my mom was a nurse, and it still took her a bit to get an assessment. And then,
Oh goodness.
so when they did the assessment, this is a story I told my family. The doctor put needles into my feet to test if I was like reactive, right? And because I was so spastic, I didn't even move, but I cried. And then he said I was too spastic to test or something, and my mom almost took him out. He had to be dragged out
Yeah.
by a male
I couldn't
nurse.
imagine. So I was a special needs teacher for 10 years before
Yeah,
I ever got pregnant with her.
yeah,
The whole 10 years wasn't exactly special needs, but I was in and around it. And then, like, the last 3 was medically fragile. I was a para in
mm,
there. And
yeah.
so I saw worst case scenario, best case scenario of special needs of every diagnosis. And then I got pregnant with her. And um, the whole time I was pregnant with her, everything was fine, except every time I would go, her heart rate was low. And so I went for
Mm,
my drink, where you drink the drink or whatever to test for diabetes,
yeah.
and I drank it, and they didn't even test me because her heart rate was so low. They sent me to the ER. I did that 2 times. I drank the drink 2
Oh
times.
my gosh.
On the 3rd time I went to get this diabetes test done, they decided to take her. And that was at 29, 30 weeks. They decided we're taking her out. And so when she came out, she was absolutely fine, no heart
Mm,
problems, nothing except for the fact that she was a 29 weeker.
yeah.
Yeah.
You were what?
I was I have another question after this, but I was not breathing well.
That's right, you were not breathing
Yes.
well. Very good. I try to
Yes.
educate her as much as I can.
that
Um,
that
Yeah.
that does
but
affect parts of the brain. Like usually it's like the umbilical cords around the neck. But yeah, not breathing is the
I don't
majority of
know.
the
I don't.
issues.
She just didn't like it in there. But
Yeah,
then she started not meeting her milestones after we came home. Like, she's 6 months old. I know developmental delays, but she should still
yeah,
be smiling right now. And
yeah,
she wasn't. She never sat up, and
yeah,
so immediately, because I worked in what I worked in, my mind is just going off the charts. So I couldn't imagine being a nurse
yeah,
and knowing
Yeah.
the medical ins and outs and being like,
yeah,
okay, what is my child going to turn out like? That
yeah.
would just, I couldn't imagine.
And
All right,
my
what's your
mom
Yeah.
was
question?
okay,
So
you.
is this actually
What is it? Tell them. Talk
Yeah,
to them.
So I'm gonna say, do we look?
Okay, I don't care.
I don't know if that's a question or not, but
Yeah.
do like a question and pop.
Just
Me and my mama had the. Hold on, I'm gonna start with the simple.
okay.
Me and my mama had the same eyes, and I need to ask you a question. Do we look alike?
I mean, you're her
You
daughter, so yeah, your hair is
Yeah.
literally the same color.
always ask people if we look like twins.
No,
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
hair different, but do
Hair is not different. It's done different today.
It's done different. Like,
But it's the same game.
It's like asking if I look like my dad. I am a carbon copy.
One more question, and then you can. Anyway, so my hobbies. Sorry, I'm gonna go ahead and start with hobbies.
Why don't you want to let her ask the
Yeah.
question?
Yeah.
Okay. She said you
Okay.
can ask the question.
Okay. So,
Okay.
okay. So, Missy, what in your life are some obstacles that you think you've needed to overcome? What did you find difficult, and how did you overcome it?
I got.
Okay.
But I need you to tell me the question.
Okay.
This is how we go.
Answer it.
Anyway, so I had surgery. That was the trouble. I had a seat too. I had a seat terribly. I had to wait. I had to get some blood stick. And every single day, every single night, I was in the hospital. The nurse came in, woke Mama up, woke my sister up because, well, my sister's name is Jordy, and
Yeah.
Jordan was sleeping. She came with us in the hospital. We're not.
The nurse woke you up and what?
Jordy was sleeping, and Mama woke up too, and I had to get some stuff in my arm, some blood stick.
They had to take some blood.
Yeah.
Every night at 4. Well, every morning at 4 a.m. They
They
woke
put
us up to
rods
do a
in her
blood draw.
arm? They put rods in her arm?
No,
Is
she's
that what she
saying that she's referring to like the needle stick, but every
Okay.
morning
Okay.
instead they wouldn't take it from the IV or whatever, the line. Every morning at 4 a.m. they would come in and we stayed 4 nights. She had an epidural and a catheter for 4 nights.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They came in and drew blood every morning at 4 a.m. And if this was any other child, just it being Jenli, it sounds like a nightmare. It was a piece of cake. They came in at 4 a.m. She woke up smiling, handed them her arm. They drew her blood. She did not scream or cry. She was nervous, but then we all just went back to sleep. Well, I don't know if you went back to sleep. We went back to sleep.
With us, we're generally good kids when it comes to hospital visits because we've just
Correct.
been there a lot.
And you're just used to the stuff.
You're just used to it. You just get used to it. I've always hated when I'm in the hospital, and I understand, like, they got to come in and they got to check vitals, they got to do their thing, but also let me sleep, leave me alone. Like I'm getting my rest. Like,
I mean, you could have done it every other night, not every night.
Right.
If I would have, I was like, waiting.
You were waiting?
Mama was about to say waiting. We're trying to think.
Yeah, I was about to not be nice. But I got it together.
I definitely understand that. I definitely understand that. I probably would have said something too after a while. Like, come on, guys.
I think Jenli was waiting on me. I think Jenli literally by the second morning, Jenli's like eyeballing me, like, "Are you gonna say something, or do I have to say something?"
I was glad when I figured out the dad seats in maternity ward actually fold out into a bed. I went through 2 kids before I realized that existed.
What?
I just sat in the chair with a bad back, and then the third kid was like, "Wait, this pulls out."
The
And
nurse
she's like,
just
"Yeah."
told you. I
Pulls
feel
it out
like
for me, and I'm like,
I went through it 4 times, so like I could tell you all the ins and outs. But with her surgery, her dad is a police officer, and hang on one second. You can tell them. Hang
"Yeah,
on.
you'll tell us."
Her dad, when inmates have to go to a hospital, he's usually he's one of the ones that sits there and monitors them 12 hours a day, doing nothing.
Yeah.
They can't fall asleep, can't do nothing. Like, you just got to sit here and look at this person. And so he was not a fan of the hospital. So I was like, you know what? Just after the surgery, take off, go home. We live a good ways from the hospital. I'll call you when it's time for us to come home in 4 days, and we'll see you then. So it was me, her, and Jersey, her sister, who is 13. So it was me, her, and a 13-year-old. And I was homeschooling Jersey during all this because all my kids are homeschooled.
Yeah.
And it was just, if it wasn't for, my husband is awesome, but if it wasn't for Jersey and me, like, being there for me and, like, helping me with stuff, I don't know what I would have done. But it was an interesting thing for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes, sweetie.
So, my daddy and mama was supposed to take turns, but
That didn't happen, did it?
no,
We came home in 3 days actually, because I was like, "Get us out of here." Once they pulled that catheter, I'm like, "We're done. Take us home. Let us go."
So
We're done.
what was the last surgery? Like what like always done? Because for me, they cut my my glutes out of thighs, and they moved it to my inner thighs, and they lengthened my tendons, so my feet would turn outwards because they would turn almost backwards.
I
Right?
wonder if
So
that's what they did with her. I don't. She has scars on her glutes each side,
yeah,
and then she had I don't know the exact name of the surgery, but her right leg, she had a limb difference,
yeah,
and that's what made us initially take her in. She was like her legs scissored her whole life. They were scissored, and
yeah,
then that she could uncross them if she was relaxed, but any like engagement, whatever, she was,
yeah. Any
crossed.
sort of tightness, they went
Yep.
back. Yeah.
So we went in, they did x-rays, come to find out her right leg was completely out of socket and up here. This is the socket, this is the ball joint, and it's past it, which is why she had a limb difference.
God.
No pain, no crying, no nothing. Don't know how long she was like that.
What a trooper!
Her other hip didn't form. It formed better, but not like correctly. So when they went to do instead of having, like cutting tendons and uncrossing the legs, it was, we're going to do a bone graft. We're taking the middle parts of her thighs. We're going to plate her legs back together, move those bones up, reform her hips, and make her new hips and uncross her legs. And then she had a broom cast where her legs were like this. I don't know if y'all saw on Facebook, but she had a bar.
No, that was me. I call it an A cast. They put a bar,
Yes.
and I sat for 8 months in that thing, and
This far apart?
yeah, rotating. Like my
We
legs were
only
like
had
that.
to do 8 weeks. I can't imagine.
No, my legs were so atrophied, that it was painful to even push up to sit on the toilet. I remember crying. My mom pushing me.
We're battling that now. Sitting on hard surfaces, she struggles really bad.
Yeah, so the muscle atrophying was pretty bad, basically because we don't move, especially when someone's wheelchair bound. So yeah, I literally had that. I experienced it. My dad would exercise me by having a water jug and pouring after me and making me go clink, 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 clink as I rolled across the floor. But no, I've literally had that surgery and that cast. So
I know that they lengthened her tendons. All right, ask the question, Miss Impatient. Go ahead.
What a trooper dealing with that so young. That is
At 8 years
what a
old.
crazy thing to
Oh
go
my
to.
God.
That's insane.
And the only thing that she freaked out about the whole time was us moving her. She was terrified of how we were going to transport her in the car to the bed. That's the only thing she worried about.
That's fair. I think that would scare me too. I'd be like, please don't drop me.
Absolutely.
Don't
I
drop
was
me.
scared. I couldn't
Yeah.
show it. But she's like, how are you going to get me? How are you going to get me in the car? And I'm like, well, we're going to take the van. How are you going to get me in the van? We'll figure it out. I had no idea. I'm over here like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Jenli, Miss Trooper, after all that experience, what do you want to tell? What do you want the world to understand about cerebral palsy after that experience?
I want them to know it's a hard time having a cerebral palsy, and it's difficult. Like, it's like really, like, if you had, like, I know you had cerebral palsy, but if you like had what I've like had, like,
If you had to live your life, you mean?
had to live my life with cerebral palsy without my legs being like my legs
Crossing.
doing like this,
That's what they did.
and it's like hard, but I like call my mom when I'm like hurting at night.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm getting better though. Like,
You are getting better. It's gone from like 3 times a night to 1.
when I'm like
That's good.
in the day, I don't hurt. But
Right. And during the day, you don't hurt, but at night you do.
yeah, I don't know why I hurt. I don't. So here's the tricky part. Well, not the tricky part. Here's the tricky question. When I wake up, I'm fine.
Yeah, but when you're sleeping,
Yeah.
you're not, and you want to know why. I want to know why.
Yeah. Why I'm talking? Can I ask you one? Can I ask you a few questions?
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it like to have a cerebral palsy when you're like grown up?
When you're a
Valid
grown
question.
up. Okay. Yeah. It is interesting. Because like everyone's kind of a little bit different with cerebral palsy, just
Yeah,
how everyone else is a little bit different. Cerebral palsy is such a wide range that how it affects you as you age is different.
varying. Not no
Yeah,
two of us are exactly the same
Right.
because
yeah,
and every experience and every class distinction is also different. Like a low income versus a high income person is going to have vastly different life on cerebral palsy, even if they have different gradient levels. As someone we call it limbo, like I look fine sitting down,
Mhm.
right? But
I
physically I cannot maintain.
Right. Like if she's in her recliner and you're just looking at her and she doesn't speak or move or
Yeah,
anything, you would never know.
yeah,
yeah.
and you go.
What I call that is I refer to that as disabled limbo. It's a very weird phenomenon that I've experienced because my cerebral palsy is mild enough that I don't really need mobility devices unless I'm going to be going on like long trips and stuff like that. Then I will need to get like a chair or a cart or something. But
I use a
I've always
manual and electric scooter.
yeah, I've
So,
always referred to it as like disabled limbo because it's like you're able passing enough that you don't get the help that you need, but you still struggle, and it's almost like people don't take that struggle seriously. So it's like you
We
have to
get called
be
lazy a
louder and
lot.
advocate for yourself. Yeah.
Like they just
so
think we're lazy.
what they're saying is she can walk but if she goes on like long distances, she may need something. You use a wheelchair or a scooter?
I
Yeah.
use a wheelchair until it got stolen in my backyard. I'm waiting for a local charity to replace it. I
It was
use an
stolen.
electric. It was stolen in my backyard. Yeah.
Leave it
Um,
to the world. Yeah.
yeah. And my disabled bicycle
Mhm.
too. But I got a skateboard scooter, a city scooter, and a because it's got a handle and brakes, right? But
Yeah.
the base is wide enough that my feet can stay on without because when I get
Okay.
nervous, my feet go outwards. There's no control, so that wide
Mm.
board keeps me there. And then my dad, because I can't afford it myself, right? I'm low income. A $1,500 off road scooter that I can use mainly because it's doing the lifting for me and I can bend my knees a little, but it
Yeah.
uses
Yeah.
different muscles, so it's still a trade off. If I
Gotcha.
take the manual, I feel seizing up here and my body's
Yep.
in pain. If I
Yep.
take the electric, I can go farther, get there, get more groceries, but it's all the way up my back and spine and my
Yep.
back legs because I don't use that when I normally walk,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So
It
can
was
you
And
walk?
I can walk, but it's freaking exhausting, and it's obviously I have a disability, right? My
yeah.
like my movements is you take a normal person's distance, you cut that down by half or a third,
Yeah.
and then I
So
Oh
have to take
you have a different gait, obviously.
yeah, like
Right.
it still
yeah.
affects us. It's still limiting to jobs and movement and getting up to the
Yeah.
day, and even if we have, especially if we have things like ADHD or other things where it's just exhaustion adds to that.
Yeah.
I have a hard
Um,
time with like steep stairs. I went to a friend of mine when I went over to hang out with them. I don't understand the design of their house. It was insane. The only bathroom they had was in their guest bedroom, and it was up like these stairs that were so steep. It was like you were going up into an attic. So I had to crawl up these steps, and I had to have them carry me back down because I couldn't get back down safely. I
Heaven
felt like I
forbid
was
somebody
gonna.
doesn't have a banister. Like, and
Oh
then
yeah,
the amount of times as adults we've had to dog walk all fours upstairs or other surfaces because our
yeah.
balance is so bad that we will literally, if we think about going backwards, we'll flinch and then just fall backwards.
Every time
Right?
we go
I
to the
once.
dentist, her older brother has to snatch her up a flight of stairs because the dentist that they go to, there's no elevator in the whole building.
Mm.
And it's the kid zone. The kid area is up these very huge. There's a video, Friendly Jenli, but it's up a very steep thing of stairs, and he's 15, and he's cornbread fed, so he
Yeah.
just pulls her up
Yeah.
there. But if
Oh
not for
my
him, like
gosh.
she wouldn't be able to go.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
know.
um, Missy, how do you feel about interactions with your siblings? How do they help you, and how do they react to you?
Yes.
Um.
So
Wait.
you want to tell them how many siblings you have first?
I have
Okay, oh hush.
I got. Sorry, mom.
It's fine. It's fine.
Anyway, I don't know.
Calm down. You got it.
Anyway, so I have a lot. Let me count them out. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep, you're number 10.
Yeah.
Yep. So they want to know how did your interactions with your siblings? So let's start with the ones that live in the house. So you have Jersey and Jagan and Joa. Okay.
So, Jagan helps me when we go somewhere. When there's stairs and I'm in my wheelchair and there's no elevator, you not carry me and put me back in my wheelchair. He just pulls my wheelchair up and
He also helps put you in standard. Yeah, he's the muscle. Jagan is the muscle. Because
There's always one sibling. If you have a multi siblings, I have 2. That is the muscle. That is the youngest for my family.
That is him.
I make a joke that we're one person. I'm the brain. He's the body. I jump in his shoulders and we're off.
Tell him what you call Jersey.
so
Jersey's your what? Your second what?
second.
No, your second. What do you call her? You call her your second. Tell him.
Okay, so Dirty is my sister, but I call her my second mom, so she help us. But what?
I have it set up to where if I croak, she's fine. Somebody can move her, and somebody can cook and clean and take care of her.
If I may ask, are all
Yes?
10 yours or some of them adopted?
Okay. So I had 3. Well, so when me and her dad got together,
Yeah.
he had 6, I had 4.
Okay.
Okay, so that makes 10. My 4,
good.
I'll
Added
start with
math.
Jay.
Okay.
I have Joa, who's 18.
Yeah.
And then I have Jagan, who's 15. I have Jersey, who's 13. I was done. No more kids. Got on birth control. Psych. 5 years later.
I'm going to call you a trooper because my grandma had 6. I can't imagine.
And they're all
10.
gingers, except the oldest has like dirty blonde hair, but when his beard grows, I know it's going to be flaming red. I know what he is. Because it's just in his soul. I see it.
So,
You want to name your other ones?
Ethan.
Ethan.
So Ethan is my brother. I never know his name. His name is Ethan.
And then you have.
No, hold on.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell them how many I have, and they're not really adopted.
No, they're your dad. You have half siblings.
They're step siblings, like mine.
Well, no, they're actually legally would be half siblings.
Well, legally half? Okay.
Yeah. So they're my siblings are my actual siblings' friends. Like friends.
Oh, JJ? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so technically we have 11 if we're going to talk about the one that I unofficially adopted.
Oh, yeah. No, my family has unadopted kids too. Like, they come over, fall asleep on the couch, eat the food.
Not technically adopted, but he did live with us for a while. His mom was my best friend, and she needed time to get herself, just work on herself. And I'm not the type to call DFACS and be like, "Hey, she needs her kid taken." No, just give them to me for a little bit, like whatever.
Yeah, no.
And plus, I don't know. He just wound up coming to live with us for a while. When he was about 15, left somewhere in there, 17. But he was always in the picture. He didn't always live with us. But yeah, you can get your blanket. But so mine are Joa, Jagan, Jersey, Jenli, and then her half siblings are Ethan, who is 18, Taylor, who is 23. Her actual siblings.
Yeah.
Ethan, Taylor. Okay. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Okay, so sorry being
You're not. You're right.
But,
Well, name them.
so Ethan is my actual sibling.
Yes.
Not a.
I know. I'm sorry. I misspoke.
Well, he is from the.
He has a different. No, he's not adopted. He has a different mom than you do.
Yeah. We have JJ, Taylor, Courtney, Audrey,
And William.
and William.
Yep.
And my
And then Joa, Jake, and Jersey.
my siblings siblings that my siblings have friends. But we don't know them, but I'm going to teach them to you.
Okay, you want to teach them?
So there's Theo.
There's Dio. Go ahead.
There's Theo. Okay. There's Kinsey.
Kenzie.
There's Dalton. And my siblings have other friends that I don't know their names of. So,
Dalton is technically her nephew.
yeah.
Ah.
And I have a friend that lives with Audrey. Well,
She's your niece.
well, friend.
Her sister's daughter. That's her age. The dynamics are everywhere. Okay.
Okay. That's kind of weird question.
Just ask it.
Okay. Do you have a child?
I have
don't.
3. So I'll take this one. I have 3. They're not really mine, but they're mine. The first one is my adopted son from my best friend. May she rest in peace. He's 16 now. He's almost 6'5", which I'm 5'6", so it makes talking to him and giving him
4 6
lessons
footers,
a bit.
1 6 5.
Yeah, he looks down at me and I'm like trying to tell him what for, and I feel like a gnome. The other 2
I
are
don't
my
know how
niece
you
and
beat 'em.
nephew that I live with my family to help. 'Cause, like even doing this, I still live with my family, right?
Yeah.
So I'm basically the extra childcare for my niece and nephew, 9 and 3. That's why I keep looking down to my right, because she just wanders in and just quietly sits there eating her oranges as she watches you guys on the thing, and then she wanders back away. She's been the first couple episodes we actually had her, like, I pick her up and show her when she was a little baby and stuff like that, and then I watched other people's babies. But those are my 3 official mine. As in, I was at each and one of their births, and I've held them since each one of them were born. So emotionally, it's the same place. Oh God,
Yeah.
I was at a Mormon. It was like a religious get together banquet or whatever. I just like talking to people, and I was there, and they were doing their religious lessons and talk in their religious school, and they were like, "So, what was the closest feeling you felt to God?" And I was like, "When I held my son for the first time."
Yep.
And like all the girls just looked at me, and I was like, "Okay, it's just the truth, but whatever, right?" But like that's the moment, right?
Oh yeah.
So when you're not hanging with your friends, or we are hanging with your friends, what are your hobbies and interests?
My hobbies are I love to cook.
She does love to cook.
Because we're gonna make a set. Can we make a separate channel for my cooking channel? I know that seems a lot of work, but I want to do it.
Yeah.
And
You love to ride things with a motor. Okay.
I
I'll leave now. Go ahead.
hold on, guys. I'm not being rude.
I'll shut up. I'm trying to help you, but if you don't want my help.
What is your favorite thing to cook?
My favorite thing to cook is spaghetti, hamburgers, and mostly pork chops. And that's
Pork
what
chops?
Yeah. Okay. So why did I ask that question? Why did I ask?
Why did you ask if you had kids?
No, yeah.
Because you told me that you didn't think that you were going to be able to be a mama because you had cerebral palsy.
Oh no! We've interviewed people who've
no,
1 or
there
2
are
kids.
Plenty.
No.
Yeah, no, I have. So I don't have kids, but that is a personal choice. We might adopt down the road, but with my medical issues, I just chose it for me.
Yeah.
So I've been with my partner for 18 years now. Our relationship is an adult. And his mother has some health issues, and my biological mother has similar and same health issues. So because of that, we've opted not to have biological children, but we will probably adopt at some point in the future. But yeah, no, there are plenty of people that have children that have cerebral palsy, there's whole groups that are dedicated to parents that have cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
So don't think that that's like an impossibility or anything for you. I wouldn't worry
Yeah.
about that.
Like I know 2 people up the hill that have 2 to 3 different kids. One lady I'd always see walking through the giant mega mall in my town. Mega mall, and I always walk her with her kids. And she had 3 little blonde kids. And then for me, like I'm capable, right? I'm somewhat capable, but like even me, like even with a newborn child, I put them in a basket with handles on it, and I'd carry that. And if I ever felt nervous, I'd put them down, right? And when they were babies, I never switched floors. I would sleep on the same floor that they were held on, and I would sleep on the couch because my back got all over the place like that. But I did workarounds to be a disabled parent. There's many different ways to be a disabled parent.
There's always workarounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I used to babysit, and I actually lost a babysitting gig because this lady got upset that I wouldn't carry her baby down the steps. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't have the balance for that. I am not gonna fall with your child. That's so
I wanted you to
dangerous.
take the risk. That's crazy.
Yeah, so what I do is I hold them in my lap and I just bum slide down. Like you tell a toddler to get down the stairs safely.
Yeah.
It's the same application for us.
Well,
And
I would like do that, and then she's like, "Oh no, just walk down the steps with them." I'm like, I can't. I'm like, if you want
usually
to
those little bouncy
down
chairs
in
that
the
babies
living
sit in
room,
with the seatbelt, I strap them into there, and then I hold that, and then I just slide down the steps because they're bouncing on the normal bouncy seat. Yeah,
basically.
and the one that you sit them.
case.
Well, yeah, it's but it's a bouncy seat that sits in an L shape that you put in your floor so they could go baby bouncing for an hour, right? But it's got the belt on it that goes all the way up here and sits like a diaper, so it straps them right in. And then if I bounce them, they're already on a system that bounces them, so they're fine. And and then I could just sit them down because it's literally a chair. Am I nervous? I sit them down.
Yeah.
Whenever I never pick up my babies if I'm too nervous. Right?
Well, like also like if it was a situation where like she had a harness thing and I had a harness to wear with the baby, that would be one thing because then I would have both hands to be able to like balance myself properly.
Grab on
and I wouldn't have to
banisters
worry.
and
But
upper
like
arm strength.
I'm not gonna sit there and have to carry your baby with both hands and try to like keep my elbow on the arm rail and like risk falling with your baby. Like I just
Also, babies are surprisingly light. Every time I go to pick them up, I'm like, wait, I have palsy. This is they're going to be really heavy, and it's just boop. Oh, wait, this is small. Right? Okay, good, baby here. I watched the nurse. I love nurses. I watched them swaddle and change them, and she's like flipping and juggling the baby for done, and I'm like, just trying to watch and learn every time. Yeah, right. But I'm the guy that tells my friends who don't have kids how to handle their new kids.
Yeah.
Because the aspect of palsy is that I'm always sitting there in a chair. So you want to hold the baby? Yeah, sure. Give me the baby.
I'm sitting here anyway. Go ahead.
Things, right? So as a man, weirdly, because of the palsy, I'm able to calm babies.
Yeah.
And I'm very good with babies.
Confidence is everything.
Yeah, because people are like, hey, we're gonna clean, or we're gonna bring in, we're gonna do the calving. You just sit here and hold the babies. Okay. Right. So yes.
Yeah.
We can have kids.
All right, let's see what their next question is.
There's another podcast that you guys should check out sometime when you get the chance. It's called the Moxie Pod. We did an interview with the girls that run the Moxie Pod. They both also have cerebral palsy. And the main girl that runs it, she is a mom. She does have kids.
She's a mom.
And so yeah, I mean it is very common. So I wouldn't stress about that.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
So let's get back to the hobby.
Okay. So we did cooking.
Okay.
What's another one?
What's another one?
So I usually like to ride stuff on motors, like what goes super fast and what.
Well, I've seen you in your electric chair, so yeah, I figured.
And I like to play with my friends that next door. Not next door, like here, just
across the street.
Across not across the street.
It literally is across the street.
It was like next door house with me.
Okay.
Next property over.
That's fine.
Next property. next puppy over,
Mhm.
and my third one is the color.
Color.
Ooh. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is black and some.
Yeah.
Mama, my favorite color has not been black, but I want.
You stole that from me.
But I want.
Okay, it's fine. You can be my twin.
Rainbow's free.
So I will.
So what advice would you give to other kids with cerebral palsy?
Yeah.
I would say, hey kid, if you don't do if you got this and you can do this. If you're tired, just take a break and do it again when you're ready.
That's good advice. I follow that
Pretty
advice.
good advice.
And I have a question for you guys real quick, so we can move on to the next question. But
Okay.
so, what is it like to like? Have you? So this one's for you. This one's for you.
The girl?
The wait.
The boy? Yeah.
So we're gonna each have.
We'll ask the question.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
So, okay. So have you ever cooked? How do you cook?
Okay. So there's multiple different ways I cook. I can only move around the kitchen so much. Ease is one thing. So I get things like sandwich makers and stuff like that because that's just 2 pieces of bread. You stick whatever you want, anything. It could be like potatoes or meat or one thing I like to do because I'm the president of a community league. So I just started a food program, but I can't feed them peanut butter. So I get no peanut butter. That's just out of palm oil. And then I put dark chocolate, which means anyone can eat it, even if they have a religious, consultation, because it's just there's no milk or whatever in it. And then I put it in, I close it down, and I wait, and I open it, and then there's Reese's Pieces Hot Pockets, basically.
Ooh.
And you can do that with sandwiches. You can do the meats. It's basically like a pierogi, but with bread and a sandwich maker, and you just make yourself Hot Pockets of any different type of food, leftovers or whatever, because ease is a part of my. Yes, because ease is a part of my cooking, right? So if I have leftovers, it's a lot easier just to do that than it is to me physically take the time to cook a new thing.
Yeah.
I will say, especially as I've gotten older, cooking has definitely changed for me. And I will say the best thing that I've ever purchased is an air fryer.
Yeah.
It's I got one of the ones with like the double basket, so like you can literally like even if I'm having difficulty like moving around, it's just throw it in the air fryer, cook it, it's done, pull it out with one hand, dump it on a plate, and I'm good to go.
Yeah. And it's ease devices, right?
Yep.
So like her hands are going to be an issue when it comes to knives and things like that, right? So I use a granite cheese table. I prefer because you just do with the piano wire, right? And then she's not handling a knife. We also have child safety knives. My dad my dad's a conservative, so like he gets safety knives and stuff like that, and they don't cut and they're serrated, and she can grip them and she won't be in danger of slipping and cutting herself because they're literally just plastic. My mom,
to cook. She's always asking like. The other day we just got her electric chair up to the stove and I let her stir the meat, but with her chair she can't get close enough to reach to not get burnt essentially. So she's just kind of doing it.
So like maybe one of those things that help her stand up, like the back bracing things, so you can move her there, or she can pull herself along the counter so she can get to different sections, but she's standing up. Maybe when she's older. But my mom would buy me things to make it easier because she knew because she was a nurse. So she got a can opening appliance that was a multi-wheel thing, and it broke eventually, the gears and stuff. But I kept all the little attachments that came with it. So there was like a jar opener that's a grip, a big plastic grip, which you go on, it opens jars easier. Bottle caps, all different things that make the actual product of cooking easier. And also like pre-cutting potatoes and other stuff, so I don't have to spend all that time cutting. I just wake up, I put the butter, potatoes on a cast iron. I live by cast iron. Put it on. Put some spices, paprika, cumin, and I like spiced bell pepper. And then you can put cheese or whatever, and then you just let it put this thing on, let it cook, simmer for a bit, and it makes the potatoes soft because they cook in their own moisture, and you just leave it. You come back and you have like a stir fry, or a cast iron stir fry, and
I
then
also like to do. I'll do like chili and stuff like that, like stuff you can just basically throw in a pot, let it cook forever. So like stuff like crock pot, just stuff that's gonna make stuff easy, and a lot of it is trial and error, figuring out like what works for you, what doesn't work, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
One of my favorites is potato and leek soup because it's just you
love potato soup.
Yeah, you brown them in oil in the thing until they brown, and
You wanna
then
come say
you throw in potatoes and whatever vegetables, spices. You pour in the broth, and then you just let it simmer, and it's done. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Let this be one of the last questions because we got to hurry. Okay.
So,
Jessica's gonna be here in about 5 minutes. So we're gonna hang on 1 second.
Mm.
When Jessica gets here, tell her to hang on 1 second.
Okay, Jenli, sweetie, what's your question?
so my question is, how? So I usually like. How do you like? Do you have a device that does everything for you, or do you do stuff on your own?
What do you mean a device? To do what?
For anything with life, it depends on what the situation is. But yes, I have multiple different devices that I use to improve my life and make it easier and access for things. From electric scooter to hand tools in the kitchen to things in my bedroom, special things to put on my shoes with. It is not in any way any sort of weakness to use a tool to make your life easier. We are humans. That's the first thing we did.
For the longest time, I needed shoehorns just to put on shoes because I didn't have the strength to like put shoes on. So I think up until like high school, I had to use shoehorns to get shoes on.
Like Velcro shoes is a
Yes.
tool for us because it takes like bending down to tie your shoes is a chore. A chore.
Yeah, so
right?
there's many different tools and stuff that you can use. I'm a big fan of like the hand grabber things because I'm also short, so like trying to grab stuff.
Bending down,
Those are
bending down over and over and over again just kills the muscles in the back. So hand grabbers just to sit there and go pink, 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 saves it all.
yeah.
All right, so
Yeah. So, before we wrap it up, though, I did have one more question, and this is mainly going to be, I guess, more. Well, I guess both of you could answer this. What advice would you give to parents of children with cerebral palsy?
I go first.
all right, hurry up. Go first.
What
would you tell parents?
I would say if you have trouble with your kid, I would say just if your kid or not listening to you, I would say just tell them to calm down. Tell them
that works.
That doesn't work. Tell them to calm down, or you ground them.
I prefer big girl breath. That makes my toddler go and calm
I have
down.
to tell her that
That's
a lot.
what works. Yeah,
But
big girl,
I would
take a big girl
say-
breath.
I would say try again.
Yeah.
If something doesn't work, try again. Even if it's not meant for the task that you are trying to complete,
Right.
try it anyway. My best friend is Amazon. Just because Jenli doesn't get disability, she's on her daddy's insurance through work, so we have to pay a lot of things out of pocket. So I have a lot of gadgets that are meant for one thing that we use for something else.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say think outside the box and try again. And another thing is, as long as you're trying, you're not failing your kid. Even if you're not succeeding at what you're trying to complete, as long as you are trying, you are not failing your kid.
You're doing better than uncomfortable a lot of other parents.
Yep.
So.
You think I'm a good parent? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
What? Okay. Okay.
Wait, I need to eat so
Okay.
fast.
Okay. Anyways. So yeah, that's my advice to other parents with any kind of special needs child.
I was having a great time.
You had a great time?
Yeah, I hope we can do it again one day.
Oh yeah, no, I'm looking
Definitely.
forward to it.
Definitely.
It was a
No,
fun time.
thank you so much for being here. And we are gonna link these socials for Friendly Jenny's Facebook page in the channel. Please check it out. Please give them the support
Okay.
and love. It's been fantastic interviewing you guys and getting to know you guys. And we will definitely keep in touch. And thank you so much for being here. It really is a
Thank
pleasure.
you
And
for
thank you
having
for
us.
sharing your story. Thank you.
Of course.
Stay safe. Positive thoughts.
Don't
All right. Well, with that said, we'll wrap it up for today. Like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you want to
Like
see
and
next time.
subscribe.
Have a good day,
Goodbye.
guys. See ya.
Bye.